How you doing? Today I'm going to be telling you a story about this lady that used to live in my neighborhood, and she was just kind of clinically insane. Let's get into it. All right, so before I lived in the house I live in now, before I had a channel, before I was even a double-digit age, I live in this small neighborhood. It was literally just an oval, with around 30 houses, maybe, and all of them were just your normal medium-sized houses, and it was a great neighborhood. All right, like it was fantastic. All right. And even better, I had a frick ton of friends. Like there were so many friends that I had there, and we would like all have Nerf wars and like race skateboards, sitting down and playing Minecraft at each other's houses because we were 8 and none of us had PCs and realms were not a thing. And it was great. And that's when the new kid moved in, and we'll give this annoying kid a name, and we'll call him Aiden because Aiden's just an annoying name for an annoying kid. And so we all go say hi and invite him to hang out and stuff. And Aiden seems normal at first, right? He plays Minecraft just like us. He likes Nerf wars just like us. So we go inside and just gotta get a tour of his house, just kind of like get to know him. And we also want to see his Minecraft world because like I have this really sick Minecraft world. And I'm like, oh, it's sick. Can we see it? And he's like, yeah. And so we go inside, and his mom is there, and he's like, oh, hi, you're already making friends. That's great. And Aiden's like, yeah, I'm gonna show them a Minecraft world. And she's like, oh, show them that one you showed me the other day. It was awesome. So we go look at it, and it was pretty good. All right, and like it was really good for like an 8-year-old world. And so he shows us from his Minecraft world, and we go outside and like, yo, let's hang out tomorrow. We have to go eat dinner. And this kid is normal, right? At first. He's like, all right, see you tomorrow. We hang out multiple times afterwards, and he kind of gets annoying sometimes, right? But we don't really notice. We don't really care because everyone is kind of annoying sometimes. Like my best friend, like sometimes, like, yo, just shut up. That's annoying. And so, like, you know what I mean? Like, just sometimes people are annoying, and so we just continue to hang out, right? And everything is fine. And that's about like 2 weeks later or something. I don't know. It was 5 years ago. Didn't really have concept of time, so we go what we're doing that like 2 weeks later or something. We go to my friend's house. It's me, Aiden, my friend, and his little brother. And not Aiden's little brother, my friend's little brother. And Aiden has this huge green shake and like the extra large Minecraft, or not it's not Minecraft, Maverick cup, right? Just an extra large fountain drink cup, and it's just green shaker smoothie. I don't know, or smoothie. I don't know. It was kind of weird. This will matter later. We go inside, and my friend's mom, not Aiden's mom, my friend is like, "Hey, can you leave that green thing up here?" And Aiden's like, "No, it's fine. I won't spill it." First off, if you're at someone else's house and you're supposed to listen to what they say, all right? Like that's what I'm like right now. And it's just like you're in someone else's house. You're like, no, it's fine. Like I won't spill it. And it's like she just told you to leave it up. Like how do you have the audacity to be in someone else's house and be like, no, it's fine. I make the rules. And it's just like how? And you can see on my friend's mom's face that it's like, what the frick? But she's like, whatever, because she says, all right, but please don't spill it. Because the carpet that's downstairs is, of course, white, because why wouldn't it be? And so we go downstairs and hop on my friend's. I should give him a name. Let's go with Jim. I'm watching The Office right now. Jim is a legend, and my friend is just a legend, all right? And anyway, we go jump on Jim's Xbox and play Minecraft. We decided to make a new world and play Hunger Games, all right? So we team, it's me and Jim and Aiden and Jim's little brother. Those are the teams. So first we start out in creative and build bases and to get the best stuff, right? Which at the time it's just like diamond crap and frick ton of chicken. That's all that really mattered to you, not like skills and stuff. For some reason, they also decided to get iron and not diamond. I don't really know, but that's besides the point. And so when we decide to start and like switches survival, We immediately go in charge, and as soon as we get there, I'm like, yo, let's kill Aiden first. He'll be harder to kill. He agrees, and we go for him. And Aiden, I don't know how he did it, but he just runs so fast, right? He's running across plains in seconds. He's flying through the jungle like it's nothing. Like it's not just some super dense biome that no one can get through. And so since um since Aiden is like on the other side of the map, Jim's little brother decides to team with us, and we're in creative and build bases. Or sorry, I just read the wrong part of this paper. So Jim's brother decides to team with us, and we don't care. He's like 4. He won't be much help, and we didn't really think anything of it. Neither did Aiden. And so we start chasing him down, and we're just all laughing. Even Aiden, right? That's when we get to him, and we kill him. And not to brag, I got the final kill. And this kid immediately starts crying, and he books it home. But and just the next few events that happen, it's just so insane, and I just don't believe it to this day. So we he just had this freak out, right? He just had this massive freak out, and we're just like, what the frick? And so he runs home, and we're like, all right, whatever. And like we just keep playing. It's that we just decided to like play normal survival with this good stuff that we now have. And so about 10 minutes later, maybe, we hear this knock on the door, and sure enough, it is Aiden's mom. And she's like, are you Cannon? And I'm like, yes, ma'am. And she's like, did you guys just team up and kill my son in a video game? And we're like, yes, ma'am. And she's like, you're a bully. And we're like, no, ma'am. Except really, we're like, what do you mean? What do you mean? Like we just two kids his age. We were playing a game called Hunger Games where we're supposed to have teams. And he said, I'll take the little kid because I'm better than both of you. So you guys are going to need you two so you can even have a chance of beating me. You're like, all right, bet. And so we killed him, lady. And she's like, no, you're a bully. And we're like, no. And she's like, that's exactly what the lead of the bullies would say. And I'm like, lady, I'm not a bully, all right? Like hurting people's feelings, it's just not cool. Like sometimes it's like kind of funny, like if you're annoying your siblings, and it's like I stole their orange, and they want it back, and they're like screaming. I just get enjoyment out of that because I'm a terrible person, you know. And so, but I was not bullying this kid by killing him in a Minecraft, all right? Like that's not bullying, especially if he's literally laughing about it and he's like, all right, bet I'm better than you anyway. So we just are like, yo, lady, just kind of leave. And I decide to go home because I'm like, this is weird. I'm just gonna go home, all right? And so my mom is like, yo, there was this lady walking around while I was talking to my friend, and she's like, this is my mom, by the way. And she's like, is your son Cannon? And she's like, and my mom's like, yeah. And like he's a bully. He teamed up on my son with his friends and is bullying him. And she's like, oh, I don't know what you mean. And then she just walked off. And that's what my mom told me. So that's what happened before she came and knocked on the door. And I'm like, yeah, this is the backstory. And it's tell her the story that I just told you of like, we're on Jim's Xbox. We're just playing Hunger Games, you know. And she's like, yeah, that's not really bullying in my opinion. And I'm like, yeah, it's not really bullying in my opinion either. And so we walk down to go like talk to the crazy neighbor lady because she is still there. All right. We're halfway down the street. We see a cop car pull up, and we're just like, all right, turn right back around. All right. They know we have drugs. No. Yeah, so we don't have drugs, I promise. And so she had obviously called the cops on them because she's right there, and she's like, these are the two kids. There's just one other kid. I don't know where he is. And we're like, all right, turn right back around. And we wait till the cops leave because we're like, yeah, we don't really need to get in trouble with this, all right? Like, we don't need to get into this. You just took it too far, lady. And so we're there, right? We're just waiting at home. And I'm like, yo, I'm going to go play Xbox, mom. And she's like, okay, go ahead. That's when we hear a knock on the door. And sure enough, it's the lady. The cops had left, luckily, because like you never want to have an interaction with cops because that means that you're in trouble, even if it's for something stupid like killing your son in Minecraft. Um, so yeah, she's like, "How dare you like bully my son?" And we're like, "We don't bully him." And she's like, "Shut up! I'm talking." And we're like, "Oh, okay, whatever." And so and so we like we moved out of state or out of country. I don't remember which one it was, and we just wanted a fresh start. And we're like, okay, that's great. I'm sorry you didn't get the fresh start you wanted. You kind of don't really get that when you call the cops on us for killing your son in Minecraft, which we were supposed to be doing because we were playing Hunger Games. All right, it was a 4-year old that ganged up on him. The other two were just the opposing team. All right, like no, it is just not what happened. We were not bullying your son. She's like, whatever, and she leaves. Like, because we're like, all right, see ya. Just we don't really care. Just leave. And so she leaves, and to say sorry to Jim and his little brother because she called the cops on them, and they had to deal with the interaction. She got them McDonald's for calling the cops on them. Which, when you're 8, that's I guess that's kind of like a this is the best sorry ever. Like. But it's really like that's not really that. It's like right now in my mind, it's like not that great of a apology. And so we just avoid Aiden. All right, we say hi to him when we see him, and then we run. All right, guys, we just don't want to deal with this kid. Because if we do one thing wrong, then we get the cops called on us, and we don't want that to happen. Like, yeah, no, we just don't want that to happen, right? And so we just avoid him, and then one after another we move. Me, then Jim, and then one of my friends still live there, and they're like, "Oh yeah, he moved like maybe a year after you moved," and I was like, "Oh, good. I don't really want to leave you to deal with him." So yeah, that's just my crazy neighbor story, and that was 5 years ago. I'm probably missing some insane details, but that's just the basic story, all right? And yeah, thank you guys so much for listening. I hope you have a very Merry Christmas. I might come out with a Christmas episode on Christmas Eve. Anyway, thank you guys so much for listening, and goodbye.